Okay, this is how to make some Egyptian artifacts. So the first one I'm going to do is the Canopic Jar, or Canopic Jar, I was told. Okay, by an Egyptian student. Okay, so first, bumpy ball, smooth ball. And then I'm going to roll out my ball into more of a soda can style shape, a cylinder. Now I'm going to put my thumb into that cylinder as far as I can without messing up the bottom. And then I'm going to quack and twist on the parts that are thinner. Oh, it's a little crooked, so I need to rock it on both sides and then kind of push some of the clay in. And I want the outsides to be smooth because they have thumbprints in them. So I'm going to put a little slip inside and then rotate it around on the table. I'm going to test. Okay, it's still crooked. I got to tap it again. Let's see. There, push some down. Whoop. In the inside, the slip is clay water, and that helps smooth things out. Okay, now it's more centered. So that longer pinch pot is the bottom. Oh, that's better. And now I'm going to do the top. So bumpy ball, smooth ball. And now, let's get that little crease out of there. I'm going to put my thumb in and quack and twist on a ball instead of a can. Now this allows me to perhaps make some baboon ears or jackal ears and use my fingers to make a face on here, or I can use some tools. And I can decorate with all kinds of hieroglyphics on the outside of this canopic jar as well. Okay? Okay. Now, the pyramid, you're going to need a lot more clay. So, look, I have 5 chunks this time. Oh, okay, I got to use my muscles. I'm going to make a gigantic bumpy ball. Okay, so now I'm going to roll it, and then if it gets any funny little points on it, like, oh, that's kind of pointing up, I'm going to balance it on the point and roll on that point, smoothing it out. Let's see, a little smudge here, let's get rid of that. There's little crevices. Okay, now I have my giant smooth ball, almost smooth ball. We're getting there. Okay. Smooth ball. Now I'm going to take the flat part of my hands and press flat, 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 and then I'm going to flip it over like a pancake. Flat, 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 and try not to slap it because then you get clay dust up your nose. That kind of makes you cough and sneeze. Just push and flip it like a pancake. I'm looking for the thicker area. You might have to stand up to do this because you have to use your body weight to press down unless you have a lot of arm strength. Now it's getting to be like almost as big as my hand here, so that is good. I want to make it pretty big. You could also use a rolling pin, but I find my hands work pretty well. Okay, now in the exact center, I am going to draw a square.
A perfect one?
And you want it to be centered, and you want this area to be just a tiny bit longer than your square. But look, I'm going to draw make it look like an upside down house here. And then I'm going to make a little triangle over here so it looks like, what did somebody say? They said it looked like a ninja star when I was done. I guess a 4-sided ninja star. Okay, then I can peel these pieces away if I cut far enough. I don't know if I cut far enough. Let's try this. You could make maybe some ground underneath your pyramid if you wanted. And now, whoop, we got to separate these triangles. If I want to make it, this is pretty thick. If I want to make it a little bigger, I can press on it a little more now that it's off. And I just want to make sure these triangles are at least similar in shape and size and thickness. Oh, that looks about right. A pyramid in Giza, perhaps. Okay, now we need to use sass. The first one is scratch. Everybody say scratch. Scratch. And we're going to go down and then across. Yes, we need our Velcro to make this work, right? Down and across. Now, one of my other second grade classes came up with slip and slide. I like that idea. So this is our slip. It's clay water. And we're sliding across. And then I like to rock it to attach because then the Velcro really sticks. And then I need to scoop 2 directions to add the 2 objects to each other. So I'm scooping down and then I'm going to scoop up. It's going to look very choppy at this stage. Down and up, down, scoop up. Then I don't like how choppy it looks, so I'm going to use my finger and I'm going to slip and slide with some slip here across that choppy area and make it look nice. That's better. Now I'm going to show you with 2 pieces how we form the triangular wall. So once again, scratch. Oh yes, you have to have 2. Velcro works with 2 sides. All right, now I'm going to scoop up, scoop down all the way around, not just on one side and call it done, because I could peel it apart and then it comes apart in the kiln. Now, now I'm going to scratch on both of these inside walls. Okay, so now I'm going to add a little slip and I'm going to put these pieces together and I can lay it down on the table because it will flatten this out more. Otherwise you might have finger bulges and marks. And I'm going to scoop up, scoop down. Scoop up, scoop down. And now I have 2 walls, and I think you could figure out that you must do that to the other 2 walls. So I'm going to go on to the next clay artifact. But I did want to show you, you do need a vent in here once you finish the whole thing, because the air must escape instead of blowing up in the kiln. So there's a little hole going to be at the bottom. Okay, that was the pyramid. Now I'm going to show you a sarcophagus. So, bumpy ball, smooth ball. And now I'm going to roll it out soup can style. That's much like the sarcophagus, I mean the canopic jar. And then I'm going to press flat, flat, flat this time. And I'm going to make a little ball shape for the head up here. And then I'm going to come straight down. Looks kind of like a really funny tree or an overly thick stop sign. Okay. Now I'm going to take the other piece. I have a cold, sorry. Take my other piece here and I'm going to roll it into as long of a coil as I can. A coil is like a really long cylinder. See how it's forming? I'm out of room to roll all the way to the top. It's easier if you can roll all the way to the top and back down. It really gets it going better. If it's not going very quickly, you can squeeze the side of it. Doop, doop, doop. And also, if you press down and start to make it flat, cup it and round it out again. Now I'm going to press down, flat, 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 flat. And then I happen to have this handy dandy piece of paper so I don't get a ruler all gross. And I can straighten out the top and the bottom of this. Whoop! See you later, Scrap. There it goes. Let's try the other side. Straighten out this side because we don't want a bumpy side. Bye-bye, Scrap. Okay, now guess what this is going to be?
It's going to be a roundy thing.
Oh, it's going to be the wall of your sarcophagus. Well, we're doing Egyptian things right now. Otherwise, I would say yes. And guess what I need to do to this Velcro. We need sass. Scratch, slip, attach, and smooth. Okay. Okay, so slip and slide, slip and slide, slip and slide. Oh, I missed a spot. There we go, that's better. And then I'm going to overlap it a little and scratch some of this. Slip. Then kind of form these into a wall together. Boop, boop, boop. And then I like taking 2 fingers and sliding it around the edge because it really smooths it out. And then what do I do with these edges that are not stuck together yet? Yes? Scoop up and down. That's right. Up, down, up, down. It's kind of side to side from this position too. And then it looks choppy, so I'm going to slip and slide it. Boop, 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 boop. All better. And then I can do the same thing here. Scoop down, scoop up. To make the other part, you then take your clay, make it into a bumpy ball, smooth ball, and then a can. And look, I can trace this on here and make the exact same shape for the lid. Ta-da! What? Look at that. Okay. And then I can decorate the top of my sarcophagus and add a whole Egyptian body. I can make the head. I can make a, oh look, I can use this scrap as a little Egyptian. Look, they can cross their arms. I'm not going to scratch and slip all of this because the video is getting long enough. But look, now I have a little Egyptian on top of my sarcophagus. Maybe even draw some eyes. Okay, Awesome.